All right, what's up guys? This is gonna be a part 2 of the trick composition, and I really want to dive a lot deeper because I kind of scratched the surface of like we have the like combo type of tricks, you know, symmetrical, asymmetrical. We have like the single type tricks, you know, kind of like one motion, couple motions, just straight combo into like one single trick. And then we have the freestyle where it's just flowing, kind of whatever comes to the mind, you make it happen, which is really cool. So yeah. Okay, so for trick composition, this can be broken down into many different types of ways. My favorite way of doing it is the number game. So let's say you have a 3-3-3 line, okay? So when you just think of those numbers, right, you're thinking probably like taps, you know, right? Like we got Ken's, taps, right? So like the most common line in the game right now, like as of right now, like new gen, is like triple tap, juggle, triple A flip, juggle, triple tap, juggle, spike, okay? But we can switch those up, all right? So we can go triple Ken, juggle, triple tap, juggle, triple Ken, juggle, spike, or straight to spike, right? There's so many ways you can kind of jumble up all these tricks into just one type of trick. It's crazy. I think it's just so insane because you can make a trick and invert it and make it 4 times harder, or make it, or invert it again and make it easier, and then, you know, you can do it to stalls, do it to different enders. It's just, there's an infinite possibility with trick composition. Takia posted a it was like 3 3 1 1 3 1 3 3 1 3 3 1 3, and it was just a combination of like triple 8 Ken, late Ken, and then like juggle, late Ken, triple 8 Ken, and then just like, you know, a bunch of taps, all these like just crazy tricks where you can just interswap each, you know, Ken trick, like Ken flip, tap trick. Like it's truly insane like how far you can reach with Kendama. And then you can take a trick where it seems like that is an ender, but then put it into another trick, like stunt pullout, for example. Stunt playing fast hands is like a standalone, is like, I would say is like a like beginner intermediate trick, probably an intermediate trick where it's just like stunt playing, catch fast hands, right? And then you can do it from juggle, so it's like juggle, save, stunt playing fast hands. So you went from a single trick into a combo trick for an ender of a line, okay? And then you can make it into a symmetrical trick, being like stunt plane, and then pull out, juggle, stunt plane, catch fast hands. So you can literally make a single trick into an asymmetrical trick into a symmetrical trick, and then vice versa. The same with, you know, down fast, where you can like catch, like, to down spike and then catch the airplane, then flick the airplane out of it and then into a juggle. So you can make that ender into a new, like into just a whole new trick in itself, which is so much harder. And then you have taps. You can do like taps, and you can juggle into taps, you can juggle out of taps, you can juggle into Kens, you can juggle out of Kens. There's so many different lines that is possible. It is truly mind-blowing. The only real limit that you have is your mind, and obviously, you know, your skill. Yeah, I'm talking about you, and I'm joking. Chill out. I don't know why you're getting so mad. I'm so dumb. What? Okay, whatever. So yeah, so skill definitely has to play a pretty big part into it, but it's insane. Like you can think about all of this, like with like how lines can be, you know, similar, very different. Like let's say if you have like an interlunar line, tap line, right? So you can have the same number of flips and then the same number of taps. So it can be a asymmetrical trick where it's like it's not, or no, it can be like a symmetrically numbered trick but an asymmetrical trick, which is pretty sick. So like triple tap, juggle, like, and then inward triple toss, juggle, spike, or inward triple toss, and then like insta lunar juggle. All right, well, you get what I mean, where it's just like there's so many things you can just jumble together, which is crazy. I think another thing that was just also super crazy is how every single one, so that example of the stunt plane can be put into any single trick in the game. Like even for tightrope, right? Like, we have people now that are juggling out of tightrope. So you can theoretically do like tightrope and then like juggle, quad tap, juggle back to tightrope. Tightrope was supposed to be a single trick, like a one and done, where you balance it on the string and then you spike it. There was no like there was nothing beforehand, there was nothing like after, it was just a trick. So it just kind of goes to show how far that we have come as a community of players. Another thing that I think is insane is just like, well, like as a whole community, we'll see like a rise and fall of tricks, like trend wise. So like a big trick from like between 2017 till now has been just like high volume taps. So we've seen like the first 6 tap, the first 8 tap by Stod, 9 tap by DUSD, 10 tap by Caden Weller, and then kind of so on and so on. Just like, I think 12 was like Liad, but all right, whatever. But like, we see now that over these, you know, years, we've seen such a progression in tricks, and that progression doesn't only lead to more, you know, obviously, you know, like harder tricks, but different types of tricks. Okay, so we went from probably like in the span of 4 years, from going from 6 tap, right, into like, or like I would say like 4 years, like 2016 to 2020, like a 4 tap juggle bird, which is like a banger for 2016, and then Takuya doing 4 tap times 10 to like juggle down spike. Like, that's insane. Okay, because we have the possibility, the same thing where it's like single trick, 4 tap juggle spike, which is, I mean, it's not really like a single trick, but it's a single combo, to like quadrupling it and making it and doing that same trick 10 times only in 4 years, which I think is insane. And then with like more taps, right, you can get into big taps, like you know, like tap and then like 1.5 flips, another tap. Okay, so like with big taps, you can see like 1.5, you know, juggle, like, or no, sorry, I won't, like, so tap, 1.5 flip, 2, like tap, and then another 1.5, and you can do this for 2.5s. So you can do like Ken juggle tap, 2.5 flip tap, 2.5 flip juggle Ken spike. But like, and then you can have just like the average, like, you know, Ken jug 2 tap, jug Ken spike, and it's like pretty much the same trick, but one is insanely harder because of the amount of like extra flips. Which, I mean, I'm just kind of getting off track here, but all I'm trying to say is the more advanced we get, the more opportunity for creativity we have, if that makes sense. But so going off of what I said for the big taps, right? So a very like notorious trick as of now is the big 4. Actually, that's what I'm gonna call it now. I just made that up, but it's like 4-4, right? It's like 4-4-4-4. But the first tap is the big tap, then the second tap is the big tap, and then the third tap is the big tap, and then the fourth tap is the big tap. So big tap, 1, 2, 3, and then tap, big tap, 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 and then tap, tap, big tap, tap, and then tap, 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 big tap, tap, like juggle spike, you know, ender, whatever. So I think it just goes to show, like, the better we get, the more creative we are as a community of players, which is insane in the member. All right, I think another thing that's really cool about trick composition is like just as a whole, like string technique and string flow. Okay, because I would say I think it was 2020, yeah, Crom TO2I 2020. I forgot the guy's name, but he did a string loop or a string Rigun trick that was deemed like almost impossible, because he was one of the few people that had started to do it and got proficiently good at them, right? So that became the TO2I, right? Because nobody else could do it, and it was insane. And we go into like right now where it's like, that is, I wouldn't say a very common trick, but it's very possible among a bunch of like, you know, well-known, like a bunch of like pretty well-known players now. So that is insane, just because I think I might make it like a little like Instagram video about like this exact topic of what I'm going to say. But when we go over, and I think it's probably been already talked about by definitely Isaac, because Isaac is just a guru with fucking everything. But when the first sub 5 mile was ran, okay, so people were saying that it was pretty much impossible, right? It was like deemed not humanly, like realistically capable, okay? And a guy did it. He got like, I think he was like a 56, like a 456, okay? And then like the next week, someone else gets it, okay? So it took this dude like years of training, right? This guy gets it, and then another guy gets it, because he knows that it's possible for this guy can do it, or this original guy that first ran it can do it, right? And so after that, then the other guy ran, and then the other guy, and it just kind of goes to show that if someone does it, it like logically proves that it is possible. And I think that's such a big thing for Kendama, because it's super easy just to look at a trick or look at a like a potential, you know, line that someone's gonna try and just being like, yeah, no way, like there's no way that's gonna work, and then it happens. Just like that, it happens, and then it's like, boom, that's possible. Like I think back in 2018, the thought of the the big four, the 4-4-4-4 line, like with the big taps, people would have laughed at you, being like, there's no way that's possible. Like, you're literally lying. I don't believe you, okay? And then bam, just like that, it's like a trendy trick that if you do it, like you're a fucking top G now. Not top G, but like you're top dog, which is insane. All right. I really wanted to make this video because as much as my first video kind of went over about the tricks, this video really talks more conceptually of composition and like trick, I would say like ornamentation, if that makes sense. So like kind of, you know, believing it's real, you know, kind of getting into the evolution of like how tricks came, because this video I think covers that pretty well. You guys let me know down in the comments if it is. If it sucked, let me know. If it's great, let me know. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. You can just smash that dislike button and I would appreciate you because you interacted.